Good afternoon, and on this January 27th, 2025, this is John Ross. I'm back from the, whatever you want to call it, shutdown, or I was down with a cold and sinus infection, which I started to realize later in the week. I shouldn't have. Last week I had mild fever all week, and some good nasal stuff too. And finally went to the doctor at the end of the week, emergency, well, out care or whatever you want to call it, the Advocate in Batavia, and finally got some, after checking with tests, uh, we uh, we agreed that maybe it was a sinus infection, so we were using something called Z-Pak, and it's bringing me back, so I'm happy about that. So that's why I'm with you right now, and I want to. So I'm happy that I'm back, and I want to talk about Once an Alien here for a few moments and give you a little thoughts on what's going to be happening the rest of the week with the John Ross Show. Uh, I don't know. I've been reading a devotional called The Upper Room. It's put together by the Methodists for many years, and it's written by various different people from different backgrounds from around the world. And today it had about some about the other. And this is just the beginning of Ephesians. It's a book Paul wrote, Second Ephesians 2:11 to 22. I'm just going to read the first few verses here, though, of that, starting at 11. So this version's a little different, but it's what they're used in the upper room. So remember that once that you were Gentiles by physical descent, who were called uncircumcised by the Jews who were physically circumcised. At that time, you were without Christ. You were aliens rather than citizens of Israel and strangers to the covenant of God's promise in a world that you had no hope and no God. We were aliens at one time, and at least as a Christian, I've been an alien. Maybe if you not have Christian faith, maybe you don't want to think that way, but we were once aliens. We got to remember about others. We're created in God's image. This is an important thing. And we're going to be talking about this in the days ahead. I'm going to bring in guests, trying to bring in guests along that line. And hopefully on Wednesday, we're going to have a state representative from 50th District, Barbara Hernandez. I hope that works out. She's put out some informational directives on how people should view this immigration status, and if they have some questions, and how to look at it. And we're going to talk hopefully with Representative Hernandez, and that should be very informative, and we should be direct that we can question, because we have that right. We have a constitution, and government just can't go around warrantless, without warrants. So we got to think about our friends and how we look at them, and look at them as friends and see how they can be helped. Of course, we don't want criminals among us. That's a very true statement. So that's the other side of this immigration issue. And we also should ask for some legislation. Let's not do this by crafty TV things and show agents breaking in homes and all that type of stuff. It looks good for TV. It makes you look tough, but what's it doing to our country? What's it doing? Putting fear in a lot of people. So we're going to be talking in the next weeks about the church, how the church should do that, react with Donald Trump and Trump 2.0. So hopefully on Wednesday, we're going to have an interaction with State Representative Barbara Hernandez of Aurora, 50th District. And I think that'll be very interesting. She just was appointed or approved to be chairman of the House Committee on Immigration in the Illinois legislature. So that's a very high responsibility. So hopefully we'll be talking with her on Wednesday at 5. And I want you to all remember those that are hurting right now, those California and other places. So if you can, if you want to give some monies to some groups that could help in California, I think one group, a good group, I just want to bring it up for a moment, Salvation Army. They do good things, and they have canteens, and they help out with housing and other things. So they're a good group. And so I just want to thank you for stopping by a few moments. And on Friday, we're going to have Pastor David Swanson is going to talk about his new book, Plunder. It's an IV book about environment and racial issues with environmental issues. Many of you have seen that, like poor areas usually get the dumps put around them or high toxic things. And so that's what we're going to be talking about on Friday, a new book. That should be very interesting to talk with him about that. So I hope you can join us on Wednesday. Excuse me there. Got a little residual still left, but we're beating this cold, and it's a lot better. So anyway, God bless you there, and thank you for coming by, and we're glad to be back. So for right now, all I can say is my friend Vernon used to say something to the people. And here's what we're saying, Vernon. We're going to say right now, we're going to say bye-bye and see you on Wednesday, Lord willing. We'll see you on Wednesday, and hopefully with Representative Barbara Hernandez. Bye-bye now, and God bless. Bye-bye.